All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another really quick post-fight discussion video. All right, y'all, let's talk about it. Germain the Randamie versus Norma Dumont. I did get a chance to watch the fight. I was kind of in and out on it over the weekend, but I was kind of busy. I was out of town. But I had to go back and watch the fight again. And this fight, it kind of went pretty much how I felt it was going to go. I knew this was going to be GDR's fight if it stayed standing for long enough, but I knew that Norma Dumont, she was going to probably make that adjustment and take the fight to the ground and use her size and weight when it came down to it. And that's how I felt it was going to go. When it came down to my last pick, I said, you know what, I think Norma Dumont's probably going to take this one just based off of her activity and just being in action and having that ability to, get takedowns and just maybe get some ground control time in. That's what it was going to be for her. I mean, maybe if GDR had been a little bit more active, maybe if it was just like a year off or something like that, I would have picked her. I would have really went solid on it and just said GDR got this fight. But 4 years is 4 years. I mean, well, 3.5 years, 4 years, whatever you want to call it. That's a long time. That is a very long time, especially for somebody that had a baby. She was out of action for a while. So what it came down to is just Norma Dumont being more active. And shout out to Norma Dumont. This was really her first official fight at 135. She made the weight limit, 136. And she looked good. She looked strong in there. I wouldn't say that she was able to match GDR strike for strike on the feet, but what it came down to was her just being able to use her ground game in this fight and just use her overall strength, to get a victory over a veteran. But real quick, man, the first round went pretty much how I felt it was going to go. GDR was looking to kind of walk her down. Norma Dumont just kind of wanted to create that range and, stay out of the power zone. I like what GDR was doing. She was jabbing. She was sticking that jab out, backing Norma up. But the one thing she made a mistake was when she threw that front kick to the stomach. I know as a Muay Thai expert, she must have thrown that front kick right up down the middle. But as soon as she threw it, Norma, she timed it well, caught that caught that ankle and tripped up GDR, got her to the ground, and, she was on her. And that's what she had to do. She just got that ground control time in. She really wasn't looking for like a big submission. She was just putting that weight on her, putting that forearm in the neck, and just controlling in that half guard to side control on GDR. And it just shows GDR is still kind of lacking that ground game. GDR has good takedown defense. She'll defend those level drops. Like if when Norma came running in, she was able to do that in the second round. But she just got caught throwing the wrong kick. Maybe if GDR started off with more calf kicks and just attacked with some side body kicks, kicking Norma to the rib cage instead of straight up the middle, that would have benefited her a little bit more. But yeah, the first round just was all Norma Dumont with just position over submission. Second round started to look like it was going in favor of GDR. She started backing Norma up once again. Letting more shots go. Landed a really good right hand on Norma's chin a few times, and she took those shots. She cracked her a couple times up the middle and was just backing her up and landed a good head kick. And there was a point where Norma kind of shook her head and smiled, and that let me know that the shot did land. So, yeah, there was a good shot landed for GDR when she threw that good right head kick on Norma Dumont. But like I said, she ate the shot, tried to go in for another takedown to try to steal the round, but I had to give GDR the second round. I thought, her striking wanted that round. Maybe, again, like I said, if she was been able to keep that distance well and land more calf kicks to slow Norma down from creating range, she probably could have got the knockout. But going into the third, Norma knew what she had to do. Don't stand in there and bang. Boom, gets another takedown on GDR and, just pretty much mauls her and keeps her pinned down on her back. And that's the thing with, GDR. That's something that they never really had evolved from. I know she improved a little bit against Juliana Pena, but that was like 3.5 years ago, and they just took advantage of the recklessness of Juliana Pena. So what it really came down to was GDR still not being active off her back, just not having that strength, just not really having that strength in her hips to really buck like that. But how can you when you got a girl like Norma Dumont on you? Norma Dumont is, a big bantamweight, and that's one thing, I kind of worry about her down the long run. Like, She was able to make weight Saturday night. She got a good solid win over a veteran, but will she be able to keep it up? Hopefully she will. Because this is the only home she's got right now. But overall, I had it 2-1 for Norma Dumont. Got herself a victory over, a veteran, but Still need to see a little bit more from her. This is probably like the biggest name on her resume. And like I said, her first true official bantamweight fight. So from here, I don't know, rematch with what's her name, Macy Chiasson. Well, maybe not that, because one fight I would like to see right now is I like to see Norma Dumont really step up her game again, maybe fight a couple more veterans, maybe a Miesha Tate, or even the winner of Holly Holm and Kayla Harrison this coming weekend. UFC 300 is this weekend, so maybe that would be a good fight. Norma Dumont take on the winner of that, because I would like to see Norma versus Kayla Harrison. I mean, the battle with these two would first start with who's going to be able to make the weight. All right, who's going to be able to make the weight. That's going to be a tough one. It might wind up being like a catchweight fight or a featherweight fight, but I would like to see that fight, depending on what Kayla Harrison looks like after UFC 300. Shoot, even if Kayla Harrison was to lose, I'd still like to see her and Norma Dumont fight. I'd like to see if she could handle Norma striking and if she'd be able to handle that, big of a bantamweight. But yeah, man, shout out to Germain de Randamie. I mean, she's been out for a while, so we'll see what's next for her. We'll see if she wants to come back. They just got to work on that takedown defense. That's where it just came down to her being a little bit rusty. But I think when she starts getting back into a groove and gets her legs back up under her, maybe she'll be able to pick up some wins. Maybe her and Macy Chiasson could fight. That's a good one, if she wants to come right back. But yeah, Norma Dumont versus the winner of Holly Holm, Kayla Harrison is something I'd like to see, or Miesha Tate. Either one of those fights. Let me know what y'all thought of the fight, guys. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.